Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. So today I'm talking about carers because there have been issues with regards to money that carers have suspected of being owed or owing to a DWP, and it's been a whole scandal around it. And there was an official report which was going to be written, which is supposed to be published today, but I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what some of the things that have come out of this report are going to say. And it could be good news for those people who've had issues with the DWP over the carers situation. So let's take a look at the article and I'll show you what I mean. So it's saying hundreds of thousands of vulnerable unpaid carers will have their cases reassessed after a damning official review concluded that they had been left with huge debts because of government failure and maladministration, which we all know is not just related to unpaid carers, it happens all over the place. The review, due to be published on Tuesday, which is today, was triggered after a year-long Guardian investigation revealed how carers had been hit with draconian penalties of as much as £20,000 relating to carers allowance. Some were plunged into hardship and others were jailed. So basically a lot of the issues was about how much carers were allowed to earn while receiving carers allowance, and sometimes if it went over by even a penny they would get a huge fine, which is one of the things that caused so much controversy, and this is something which hopefully is going to be sorted out. Ministers have promised to cancel or reduce penalties that were wrongly issued after the review concluded many were the result of official error rather than willful rule breaking, which again isn't a surprise when it comes to GWP, really, is it? However, the government has stopped short of offering compensation, unfortunately, to those affected. It is understood compensation was both considered by the review and by ministers, but it's not one of the published recommendations of the review, headed by disability policy expert Liz Sace. So it looks as though there isn't going to be any compensation, which is a bit of a shame, because I think that when you can look at the problems and the hassle and the stress that unpaid carers or carers on carers allowance have received, it really is surprising they're not going to do some kind of compensation. But of course this is very often the case when the government does something wrong. They very often don't want to compensate those people that they have done wrong to. The stress, ill health and anxiety endured by carers who were pushed into debt and hardship by carers allowance failures emerged in a series of Guardian articles over the last 20 months. Many carers said they were harassed and treated like criminals by DWP staff. Hundreds were convicted of benefit fraud. It remains unclear what will happen to carers convicted of benefit fraud as a result of official mistakes. Well, I'm hoping that their conviction will be quashed, and if they are having to pay money back, I hope that they don't have to pay it back. I hope that that's wiped, because that seems to be the only thing they can possibly do. But we'll have to wait and see on the official report. Pat McFadden, the Welfare Secretary, said putting right past failures was essential to rebuilding trust with unpaid carers. We inherited this mess from the previous government, but we've listened to carers, commissioned an independent review, and are now making good for those affected. And I really hope that they do, because it would be a huge weight off a lot of carers' minds if this were to happen. Ministers are understood to have accepted the vast majority of the review's 40 recommendations. Sace welcomed the government's promise to review all carers' allowance overpayments since 2015, saying the policy had major impacts on carers' health, finances and family well-being. Well, that is just the half of it, really. I mean, it's not just a case of the carers themselves, it's also people who they are caring for. It's also friends and family related to that carer. They're all put under pressure when they see someone that they love or care for going through something like this. So I really hope, and I'm going to have my fingers crossed here, that this report is taken up by the government in full, and that they do something about it, because what we don't want is a delay. They need to get on top of this quickly and get it done. But anyway, let me know what you think down in the comment sections. Please do let me know what you think about this. Also, please do subscribe if you got this far. I would love to help push this channel forward to as many people as possible. And until next time, I'll see you then.